I'm Chris Wirtz. I'm co-founder of 7 Billion Reasons. It all started for me when I took a trip to Africa in 2012. I met a man who was doing some work in Uganda who cares for desperately poor children, and his story really captured my heart. When I got home from Africa, I talked to my friend Lori Canode about what I experienced there, and they were just getting ready to go on a trip to Africa too, and so I asked them to spend some time with this young man, Noah Kaikiti, and hear what I heard about the desperate situation in Busia.
While there, I saw thousands of children living in devastating conditions, living on the street, living in extreme poverty, living without parents. They have no hope. I knew right then that the Lord was calling me to live and to work with these children in Africa. Chris and I prayed. We knew that the Lord was calling us to do something. We didn't know exactly what or where, but we knew that we were called to do something.
In September, I went to Busia to look at it for myself and to meet with Noah on his turf, and it was worse than he even described. Those kids have no food, no school supplies, no medical care, and no long-term plan on how they are ever going to be rescued out of this cycle of material poverty and, more importantly, spiritual poverty.
When she returned, we knew the Lord was calling us to Busia. We could not impact the entire continent of Africa, nor the country of Uganda, but we could bring a hope and a future to the children of Busia. We talked with a few more of our friends and shared our vision with them, and after much prayer, we determined that the best way to affect Busia was to build a classical Christian school, and in the near future a medical clinic and a church plant.
We've been working very hard on purchasing land in Uganda, and with your help we've finally been able to do that. We've been working with a local attorney and a contractor to help us understand how to do business in another culture. But we're really excited that we have that behind us now. We own 3 acres of land, and we're really excited about the next phase of development.
It is a beautiful little plot of land, and it's just outside of the rougher parts of Busia. It has wildflowers and jackfruit trees and even a baboon family. It's a perfect environment for the kids to learn. It's quiet, but it's still within walking distance from the chaos where they live.
We have done an initial plan that has a series of very functional buildings that fit in with the local architecture. We're going to build each phase as we have funds available. As you can see, we've got a compound envisioned. The primary school is creating its own courtyard to really enhance the feeling of protection. The secondary school is really more of a self-contained unit. And then we have here in the corner some additional facilities that are multiple uses. They could be initially some classrooms, but then become housing for our faculty or for our folks that would be visiting from the United States.
The best reason to partner with 7 Billion Reasons is because of the lives already changed. We're just getting started there, and already God has overwhelmed us with opportunities to intercede in young people's lives.
I'd like to tell you the story about Grace. She was abandoned when she was probably about 2 years old. Her mother was living in a desperate situation. She left Grace wrapped up naked in a blanket. And some of the people that we now work with in Uganda who are Christians, they now take care of Grace. 7 Billion Reasons helps Grace to have education, and she gets discipled by some believers. We also have development so that we can think long-term about kids like Grace and what will be their long-term prognosis. We're in the process of building a Christian school so they can have a Christian worldview education, and we hope that a kid like Grace will be able to attend the school. We want to not only meet their material needs, but their spiritual needs as well. Grace is one of thousands of kids in Busia. And these thousands of kids will fall through the cracks if somebody doesn't intervene.
There are 7 billion people in the world. Each one represents a reason for us to do something outside of ourselves, a reason to serve.
We already have 7 billion reasons to go. What are we waiting for?